Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. Hope everyone's doing well and I hope everyone's enjoying the boxing so far. Some good fights on the free portion, including Prince Nazim Hamed's son, who facially to me looks a little bit like Jack Catterall actually. Must be either my eyes or the screen, but that was a nice little fight. But the fight that I'm reporting out on is the fight that actually now I guess makes it UK 1, Ukraine 0. And maybe this is a harbinger of things to come. The redemption, if you like, of former English heavyweight champion Solomon Dacres, who now moves to 10 wins and 1 defeat. That 1 defeat, of course, was the devastating first round knockout that Solomon Dacres suffered at the hands of David Adelaide in December of last year. Well, this fight, which was, in the eyes of many, a risky comeback fight against Vadislav Sirenko, who now moves to 22-1 with 19 knockouts. The previously undefeated Vadislav Sirenko, who was the bookies' strong favourite to prevail over Solomon Dacres. So Solomon Dacres upset the odds and has redeemed himself in the eyes of many, I am sure. Massive confidence boost for him, no doubt, coming off that first round knockout at the hands of David Adelaide. The way this fight went down was really Vadislav Sirenko essentially plodded forward. I don't know what his game plan really was. I'm going to guess the game plan was that he could absorb any punishment that Solomon Dacres threw at him. Solomon Dacres has only stopped 3 out of the previous, now 10. 3 out of 10. So Sirenko maybe was thinking, you know what, I'll let this guy punch himself out on me. He can't hurt me. I'll close the distance. And with my impressive knockout record, I will essentially club him down. Well, that didn't really work. He came forward, game as anything, but very flat-footed, to be perfectly honest. And Solomon Dacres, with a much well-schooled amateur record, kept his composure and essentially, off the back foot, scored, I guess, like all the points, really. As Sirenko was coming forward, Solomon Dacres would hit him. So Solomon Dacres would move back a little bit. The other guy comes forward. It was a real plodding effort. And it looked at times like Solomon Dacres was sort of having almost like an exhibition. I mean, obviously there was some jeopardy, but it looked like he wasn't really threatened at any stage. The only time that I saw something where I thought, oh, maybe, it was in the 8th round, and Sirenko knocked the gum shield out of Solomon Dacres, and then he alerted the ref to the fact he'd done it, which, as Barry Jones, the commentator, was saying, that would have been the time to really sort of, let it all go. But clearly, a good sport. The gum shield was reinserted, and the fight continued as before, where Solomon Dacres was, just accumulating the points. What does this mean going forward? Well, I guess it puts Solomon Dacres back in the in people's attention as that sort of domestic level heavyweight. This was supposed to be, in some ways, I suppose, Sirenko's maybe coming out party. Announcing himself on the world stage. 30 years old. Solomon Dacres, I think, is 31. So both have plenty of time left, but neither are spring chickens, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it was a good win for Solomon Dacres. Must be great to sort of get that monkey off his back of having that loss to David Adelaide. So I would expect now that he's right back in the mix of that sort of British domestic level. What would you say? The Johnny Fisher, Dave Allen, TKV, Fraser Clark kind of area, And Yeah, I mean, was he perfect? No, of course he wasn't perfect. Was he really pressured? Well, no, not really. But he did a very competent job. And like I say, UK won, Ukraine nil. For those of us who are Team Usyk, is this a harbinger of doom? Well, we will find out in a couple of hours, won't we? So there we go. That's all for the moment. And it's time for me to continue watching DAZN, where apparently all the action is. Okay, folks, thanks very much. Please like, please share, and please subscribe if you can. I'd appreciate that. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.